Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are in our final video of 2021. What? I mean 2020. Thank you so much for joining me on another one. Thank you for being so supportive of this Vlogmas journey. I have loved creating content for you guys, reading your comments down below. It has been a blast. So huge thank you to everyone who has been constantly watching, liking, commenting, sharing these videos. I truly appreciate it. Today I'm going to be talking about all of my favorite beauty products of 2020. These were my go-to. These were on rotation, and I think these are just like pretty amazing. So I will list everything down below as always in the description bar with links so you guys can conveniently shop if you want. But let's go ahead and just start off with primer. Okay, we're gonna get into it. We're not wasting time. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We are so close to 50k. Subscribe, okay? So let's talk about primer. So I have Laura Mercier. These are my go-to primers. I think that she just does incredible base products. Fun fact, I did work for Laura Mercier for almost a year and it was amazing. I loved every single product, loved learning about them, and the clientele was just amazing. She definitely has a fan base of more mature women because her makeup really does tailor to mature skin and looks flawlessly natural. These are the primers that I used constantly. So the hydrating primer and the illuminating primer are stunning. I have this one on right now and it's just my go-to primer because it makes my skin feel nice and supple, nice and hydrated, and the makeup goes on beautifully, especially for winter time. I need it in my life. And then the illuminating primer, sometimes I use without makeup. I just want that beautiful dewiness on my skin. This is what I use. So I love her base products, and she has primers for every skin type. An honorable mention, this is more of a skincare product. This is Vichy's Mineral 89 Serum. Stunning product. If you haven't had a chance to try this out, please do. It is amazing for hydration, to give your skin that boost, but also it works amazingly as a primer. If you have dry skin, you are really gonna love this product over here. I do have my name on it because this bottle was sent to me and I just love it. It feels like almost like a gel when you're applying it on the skin, but then it just distributes almost like a gel mixed with water, and it feels incredibly soothing on the skin, and everything else just glides on perfectly. Like when my skin is severely dry and I need to put makeup on, this will be my go-to product. And just overall, I like to use this on a regular basis, especially during the winter time. This is my best friend and it's from the drugstore, so a lot more affordable than other serums. Let's jump into the category of base products, which we're talking about foundation and concealers. And I definitely did try quite a few foundations this year, but these just stood out to me. If you've been watching my channel for the last couple of months, you pretty much know at least two that I'm going to mention. So I will leave those to last. This one here is from Shiseido. This is their SYNCHRO Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. It is oil-free, and I have mine in the shade 410 Sandstone. Super underrated product. I did hear a couple of influencers talking about it when it first launched. I believe it was like a campaign, but after that I really didn't hear much of organic content surrounding this foundation, and it is absolutely beautiful. It goes on the skin so seamless. It looks very natural. A little goes a long way, and the coverage is stunning. Like honestly, it's a beautiful foundation from Shiseido. I think that this made me want to try out more of their makeup product, and I definitely have a few favorites, especially with their eye toppers, but this foundation is stunning. It lasts really well on my skin. Again, it looks natural, and during the winter time, it doesn't look dry, which I'm having a hard time right now. A ton of my foundations look very dry on my skin, but this always looks flawless. So that one is from Shiseido. Love this one. And then this one over here is a newer launch, and I instantly fell in love with this product. As soon as I put it on my skin, I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And that is L'Oreal Age Perfecting Radiant Serum Foundation. This baby is what I'm wearing right now. Hello? Can we get into this? I'm not wearing any highlighter. Can you believe that? This foundation is stunning. It's your dewy foundation dreams in a bottle. It looks so flawless. Coverage is surprisingly pretty high. It's definitely more like a medium to full coverage. You could definitely sheer it out if you go less with the product. But I find that even though I have a pretty high coverage right now, it doesn't look cakey and heavy. And it just gives me the ultimate glowy look that I'm looking for when I'm in the winter time and my skin is kind of acting up. This looks absolutely gorgeous. I love this product. I have the shade Caramel Beige 90. Stunning. If you have oily skin, I don't know if this is going to work out for you. For normal to dry skin, I think this is an incredible product. It is marketed towards mature skin, which is fabulous, but you can also wear it. It's one of my favorite discoveries of 2020 when it comes to makeup. I love this product, and that is it right there. Packaging is very simple. It's a squeezy tube, which I like, but I mean, this foundation is so gorgeous that if it was in a bottle and sold at Sephora for like $70, I still would buy it. That's how good it is, okay? And it's way more affordable than that. And we are going to talk about something a little bit more high-end, and this is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. It's a classic. It will never go out of style. I mean, who doesn't love this foundation? It's so beautiful. It goes on every single skin type, and it just looks absolutely flawless. It's reliable, and it's just like the go-to foundation for anything. Going out, photography, filming, you name it. It just looks absolutely flawless. I remember the first time I picked up a bottle of Luminous Silk was, wow, many years ago. I think I had been doing YouTube for about a year, and I was like, okay, everyone's talking about this. I need to make the splurge. And I went ahead and bought it and have never looked back. I've been through quite a few bottles. I have backups of this foundation because I absolutely love it. It's a pretty penny. I'm not gonna lie. I did hear that the price slightly went up also here in Canada. I think right now it's like $80, which kind of pains me to say, but I do know that they also have a smaller size that's a little bit more affordable. I will link both of them down below. I have mine in shade 7.5. Going on to concealers. Along with that foundation, the Luminous Silk Concealer. This was launched, I believe, this year. And wow, it's just as good as the foundation if you're not looking for heavy coverage. To me, this is more of a light to medium. You can slightly build it up, but if you have a lot of discoloration under your eyes, I don't think this is going to be enough for you. Now, if you want something very lightweight, you want something that is minimal, it's going to give you a decent amount of coverage. It looks quite natural under the eyes, not too heavy in the formula. This is a gorgeous one. Now, the shade that I have is 6, and it's definitely, well, no, yeah, 6. And it's definitely a couple of shades lighter. I want to get maybe 7.5. I believe they have one, and I think it will just match me a little bit better and look more natural. But the formula is beautiful. Also, I love the packaging. You have a very large doe foot applicator. You apply that, and it has more of this like demi-matte, almost demi-matte finish. You still have this slightly natural glow, but it's not as luminous as the foundation. And that's it right there. I don't know if you guys are going to pick up the concealer, but I like it. I really like it, and I used it quite a lot from the moment that I did get it. Now, I have another concealer that I feel like I already said it in my last year's favorite. That means, you know, I'm obsessed with it. This is L'Oreal's Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade Latte, and I also wear the shade Cashew in the summertime. The best concealer at the drugstore. This is probably a dupe for Shape Tape from, what do you call them again? Wow, I haven't shopped from that brand in a really long time. This is a really great concealer. It's definitely heavier in coverage. Even the way it feels on the skin is a little bit heavy when you are applying it. So for all of the ladies that love full coverage concealers, this is one. And even though it is full coverage, you can definitely make it look slightly natural, slightly, okay? I have it on right now, and it's my go-to concealer because I do have quite a bit of dark circles under my eyes, and this one just like does the job. I will do an honorable mention, and that is Fenty Beauty's concealers. These two I did use quite a bit. Not my favorite when it comes to the other two, but I definitely use them quite a bit. They do have decent coverage. They feel really nice under the eyes, not too heavy and not too makeup-y looking. So they're really, really nice. I tend to mix 2 shades to get that perfect look that I'm looking for. So 300 and 330 are the 2 shades that I apply. And they're just good concealers. Like I want to say there's nothing crazy about them, but they were ones that I repeatedly used throughout 2020. So I'm going to put them in this video. They're really, really good. Nice and creamy, the formula, and very easy to blend. They don't just like kind of disappear. They really do hold when it comes to the coverage. They stay in place. That's what I want to say. Stay in place. Powders. I am not a huge fan of setting powders. I normally go to the one that just works for me, that doesn't leave my skin looking cakey. Especially now that it's winter time, I'm very minimal. I'm looking at my mirror. I'm very minimal with my powders. I've mentioned this probably 5 times in a row with my yearly favorites. This is Laura Mercier's translucent setting powder. It is just good. Like, what else can I say about it? It's good. It works. It does the job. It doesn't look too heavy on the skin. If you are using it correctly, it's just good. Now, the shade that I have been using a ton is Honey. So this is a newer shade that they added to the line. They have the translucent, they have a deeper one, and I believe this is the 3rd one. So I think there's 3 to select from. Honey I really like. Again, it's what I have under my eyes. I just feel like it just added a little bit more warmth than my skin needed. So I can definitely use translucent, the original translucent, but Honey just like, I don't know, it just works better on my skin. So I've been loving the shade Honey. Brows, let's quickly talk about brows because I don't think I have anything new. I feel like I have mentioned these over and over again because they just are my go-to brow products. Like my eyebrows have definitely had a roller coaster type of a ride 2020. I mean, we closed down, the brows got crazy, we opened up, they got finished and beautiful, and then we closed down again, the brows got crazy, and now they're just doing their own thing. These are my go-to brow products all year long. The the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade, I believe this is medium brown. Yeah, medium brown. We have the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit and also the brow setter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Not much to it. They're just good brow products that do the trick for me. I have pretty full brows. I just need them a little bit more tamed with the brow gel, and I think these hold them pretty well throughout the entire day. And then the brow definer, I just use it to kind of fill in the sparse areas. So these have been my go-to products. If you have any new brow products that you are completely obsessed with, comment down below. I would love to try out something new. But let's keep on the face. Let's keep with the face, and then we're going to go on to the eyes. I'm going to talk about bronzers that I absolutely love. First of all, I love cream products, and I normally talk about the Clinique Chubby Stick, but this year I used a ton of the Fenty Beauty cream bronzers. This is not the cream one. I have the wrong packaging. Here she is. This is the cream bronzer that I wanted to talk about. This is called Honey Glaze 04. So Fenty Beauty came out with cream bronzers. They came out with blushes. They came out with a ton of stuff in 2020. And recently they just released a powder foundation. They're just on a roll, okay? This was something that definitely intrigued me, and I absolutely love and use it quite constantly. It's what I have on underneath my powder bronzer. I put my cream bronzer, and it just is a really flawless product that blends seamlessly, very easy to work with, which I love. I definitely feel like you kind of have to set this either with a bronzer powder or a translucent powder, but I definitely have to set it because it does have quite a bit of slip, but because of the slip, it's very easy to apply. So it's definitely beginner friendly in my opinion, and I love this color. It's very much a natural bronzing shade. I have tried a cooler tone. I didn't like it. I like more warmth on my skin rather than like a contour shade, and this just works beautifully for me. So I have been loving this one, and the little goes a long way. I haven't even been close to hitting pan, and I've been using it a ton. Bronzer, if you guys have watched my channel for at least 6 months, you know what bronzer I'm going to talk about because I use it all the time. Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This has been my go-to bronzer. I love this stuff so much. Like, it took me years to get on the butter bronzer bandwagon, and when I finally did, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Now, you know, we're kind of snobby in a sense when we go to the drugstore. We're expecting super cheap prices, and then when we see this bronzer laying around at such a high price point, I believe in Canada this is $25. That's prices that you want to see at Sephora. You're prone to not buy it because you're like, why am I paying for that much? You know what I mean? But the stuff is good. The product is good. Packaging, not my favorite. I mean, if you're paying for $25, I feel like you should get something way better in terms of packaging. And mine has kind of broken off. That's why I'm holding it down. But the product itself is phenomenal. It's so good. It just glides on the skin. It gives me enough warmth that I need. It's very smooth. It's very buttery. The name fits it perfectly. And it almost has like a sheen to it. It's not completely matte on my skin. I don't know if it comes off like that on everyone, but on me, I feel like I see some sort of like sheen to it, and I just love this product. The shade that I have, because I do have quite a few shades, they did come out with, I think it was 3 other shades this year, but I feel like they need to go way, way, way darker. Okay, Physicians Formula, if you're hearing me out here, bring out some shades for our chocolate girls, okay? Bring them out because they will love them. They want to try it too, you know what I mean? This is the shade Sunset Bronzer, and it's just enough for me, but I would love to see some deeper shades. Love it, okay? Now, let's talk about blush. Actually, let me give an honorable mention. This is the bronzer that I had initially, and it's from Fenty Beauty, the powder bronzer, and this is one that I used constantly also, and this is in the shade Beige and Gal. So that's another one that I did use quite frequently, to be totally honest with you guys. Now, blush. I am on this cream liquid blush kick. I love things that are liquidy. I love things that are creamy. I just think they sit on the skin to perfection and just look so elegant and natural. So I have been loving cream products, specifically these two over here. I feel like I mentioned this last year, not 100% sure. This one is from Oak and Forth. They are like a clothing line, but they came out with some makeup products. Mine is probably super dirty. There's, you know, hairs from my brushes, and that one is called, what is this called? Reef. This is definitely more of like that deep coral tone shade, which is perfect for summertime, but it also can play around with during the winter because it is pretty warm in terms of the undertone. Stunning formula. This one I'm obsessed with. I've been using it nonstop for the past 2 months. Almost every single time I do my makeup, I'm wearing this blush, and I always get questions, always get compliments on this blush. You guys are always asking when I wear this one. This is from Wonder Beauty Double Date. This is the Lip and Cheek duo. I will link it down below. And it looks like this. Now, I don't use the other side of it. It's kind of like a glossy finish. I only use the blush, and it is just, it's so beautiful. It's so subtle, but so stunning all at the same time. Oh, I have 3 eyeshadow palettes that I use consistently in 2020. I definitely have shied away from a lot of eye makeup. I definitely go for something very minimal lately, but these palettes just have the perfect tones for me. Too Faced. This is their Born This Way, the Natural Nudes palette. It is stunning. They did a fantastic job with this palette in terms of creating shades that really will work for a lot of different skin tones. Like, look at this. You have all of the shades that you really need in this palette. It is so beautiful. I use a ton of this, like very soft, minimal looks to very deep, sultry kind of looks. Like, I mean, gorgeous. And the formula is beautiful. The next one is Jackie Aina in collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills. This was one of the best collaborations, very successful. Now, it's a very loud palette because I definitely go for neutrals, but there are colors in here that I just absolutely love and adore. And I used a ton of this palette. Look how beautiful that is. Stunning. A lot of the shimmery shades like Dwellers and Sponsored and Lutuation. Oh, so beautiful. And I also love Big Wig. I love Edges, Ginger. She has some really stunning colors. Some of the shades like Supreme, Pinker, I don't use that much, or even Shockington and Wiggle Lease. I don't use that much, but the other ones I use quite a bit. Love this palette. I think they brought it back in stock. I believe so, but I will link it down below. And then last palette is this one over here, which took me forever to try because this has been out for quite some time. It is so beautiful. Again, it's those neutral tones that always get to me. It's just beautiful. One of my favorite shades in this palette is Reef, this brown tone over there. It's just like the perfect color to run across my crease when I don't want to do much. And then I grab a darker shade like Punk and I run that across my lash line to create a little line there. And I'm good to go. Those are my palettes. Beautiful formulas. They work amazingly. They blend beautifully. Stunning. Okay. Mascara. I have two mascaras that I absolutely love and think are fantastic. L'Oreal, this is their new Air Volume Mega Mascara. It's what I have on right now. So good for volume. So good for volume. But I will say that I like my mascaras to dry out quite a little bit before I start loving them. So I have had this one for about a month to 2 months, and now I love it. In the beginning, it was nice, but now I love it. That doe foot applicator right there is large, and it really just creates this wispy, voluminous lash. It's so good. If you want volume, get this one. And I don't find that it clumps my lashes easily. And then one that I've had for a very long time, but just discovered it this year, and the last, I want to say 2 months actually, is the Roller Lash from Benefit. This is like the perfect mascara for getting a nice curl, and it really separates the lashes beautifully. Like, I am so impressed. The wand, I'm not crazy about the way it feels on my lashes, but I know that the shape and the way that the bristles are, that's what gives it, you know, the look that I'm going for. Love this for my bottom lashes, but also for the top to get like a nice curl. Perfection. Love it. Love it. Okay, last but not least, lips. You guys are always asking me about my lips. Discovery of the month. Is this one over here from NYX Cosmetics. It's this gorgeous red that I've been wearing a lot. I kind of rubbed it off a little bit. Let me top it up because I put gloss underneath it, but I'm gonna top it up. There we go. Back to it being vibrant. The color. The color is what gets me. It's the stunning pop of color. There we go. That I love. It's such a beautiful, vibrant red. It is a liquid lipstick, and then there's a gloss on the other side. It doesn't transfer, which is perfect right now that we wear masks. But yeah, I have been loving this one, and it's new. I only got it this month, but I can already say that this is definitely going to be one of my go-to reds for the winter. The next ones that I have are all nudes because I've been on a nude kick. Nude Kick. I love nudes. I'm going to run through them quickly. Chanel, this is their Rouge Allure liquid powder, $9.74. For some reason, it's very hard to find nowadays. I don't know if it was limited edition, but this color is stunning to me. Just looks like my lip, but better. This very soft, powdery pink. Oh, so good. Next one is the Crushed Oil Infused Gloss from Bobbi Brown. Love the formula. They have a ton of different shades to select from. My favorite shade is Free Spirit. It's just your pretty beigey tone nude. Really gorgeous on the lips. And then I have this L'Oreal liquid lipstick that I absolutely love. This shade here has been my go-to shade for a really beautiful nude. It's in the shade Explore 428. And then Giorgio Armani. I worked with them on a campaign for these lipsticks. I love the formula. The formula is incredible. It feels so comfy on the lips. This is in the shade 102. It's their Lip Maestro. Love it. And last but not least, this gloss from Maybelline. Get it now. Get it. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bombs. Honestly, I think I like these better. It's so good. And this shade is Stone 008. It is so stunning. And with every single lip shade that I wear when it comes to nude, I wear these lip liners every single time. Mahogany from MAC Cosmetics or Chestnut from NYX Cosmetics. Those are my go-to lip liners. Has been like that for the past 2 years, I want to say. And that is it, guys. We are at the end of the video. My camera's about to die. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it and saw something new and cool today. I'll link everything down below, and I'll see you guys in 2021. I hope you guys enter the new year in great spirits, thinking positive. I love you guys so much, and I pray for happiness, joy, and peace. Bye.